Welcome to another exciting episode of Focus On. This week, we'll be hosting the Finance Minister from the Democratic Republic of Congo to talk more about their latest investment in the Financial Service Center and what this will mean for the country, and how is the country attracting more investments into the economy. Let's listen in. Congo has good bilateral ties with Turkey. Tell us more about this collaboration.
Okay, as you may know, during the last 3 years, we have multiplied our domestic incomes by 3, even more than 3, and as well as we did for the ODA, external assistance. So to manage all this money, it was obvious that we needed space because we need good people to be able to manage all the reform that are behind these figures to strengthen our public finance. So it's obvious that it was a big need for the country, for the economy, to have this capacity. And by the same time, we did not have in this country a good place for convention, for international meetings. So this will fill the gap with the convention center and the Hotel Marriott.
How would you rate this project, and how will it boost competitiveness of the DRC?
No, because we all know that Turkish have know-how on real estate, on public works, but so far we were not very familiar with their capacity in this country. And when the president of Turkey came in this country, before him coming here, his people came to explore and to see what could be done, and we met, and we already had our own project here. We were planning to do it with Chinese, but finally, thanks to what we saw from them, we decided to go with the Turkish. And I think we made a very good decision. The way these buildings have been made, it's really Western standards, best standard that we could expect in terms of quality of work and style, and we are very satisfied of that.
How will this new facility impact on creating local jobs?
First of all, there's been a transfer of capacity from to the workers that benefited from that, and now they are more able to do things, they are more productive, and I'm sure that for the next works, the next project, they will earn more money because they have raised the level of their capacity, and that's a very important point. Because as you know, the employment issue is first of all a training issue. When you are well trained, you don't miss a job. But when you're not enough trained, you have problems. Now with this project, many of them, thousands of those young people, have increased their capacity to work and to find jobs. That's obvious. And second, in this facility itself, we will have daily around 5,000 people working. So it means that it will also create jobs, sustainable jobs. And all this is good for the economy, good for the country.
DRC has a running program with the IMF to boost foreign reserves. The final review is almost due. What will this mean for Congo's economy?
No, it's good because we are under a program with IMF. We are almost at the end of that program because it will end in December, and in April, May we'll have the last review. And we went through the 5th review, which you are mentioning, which went well. And to give you an idea, it's the very first time in the history of this country that we go so far with the IMF. And if we close that program, which I think we will, it will be the very first time for us to close a program successfully. So it's a big achievement. And all the benefits that we got from that program are obvious. Increase of public revenues, increase of external official assistance, increase of the rating of the country, from Standard & Poor's and Moody's, etc. All these things that we have been working hard to transform the country, to take the benefit from the situation that we are going through and to implement our reform. Our reform agenda is very big, very sound, and this can really change the country for the coming years. It's very important for us to go to the end.
What are some of the key areas the new Financial Service Center will offer?
No, first of all, you know, we have a big digitalization agenda. And this facility will lead that because we'll have a data center here. We will work closely with our revenue authorities, custom, tax authority, etc. So we will work closer, we will be more productive, and we will learn from each other. We are also implementing a kind of delivery unit for the projects that are funded by external resources. Which is very important. Delivering is a key. As I told you, we have multiplied by 3 our external fundings, but we need capacities to deliver. You can get money, but if you don't deliver, it's a problem. So now we are at that point, we need to strengthen our capacity to deliver, and this facility will help us because people will work closely, and it will be easier for us to take decisions and to move forward.
This facility will be the engine for advancing Congo's economy. How will this boost the proposed Lito Corridor?
Okay, yes, Lito Corridor is very important for us. Why? Only because, you know, this year we are around 2,500,000 tons of copper. 2 years ago we were around 1.5 million. In the coming years, we expect to reach 5 million tons yearly. It means that we need several ways to export those cobalt, otherwise it will be stuck. And now we have a very limited border through Kasumbalesa or around, which is not enough. So the Lito Corridor was really needed for us, but even that, it will not be enough. What we think is that we need to build roads inside the country so that we can take those minerals from the Katanga region, and part of that can go through the country and to the sea in the west side of the country. Because there you have Inga first. If you want to transform those minerals, you can transform them around Inga, and then you can export minerals with a better level of local transformation. So for us, it's very important to have several ways to export our minerals, and Lobito is one of them.
What other infrastructure projects are you considering to boost with the Turkish government?
Okay, so far they've shown their capacity, which is not questionable, and now they are also working. They are working on an arena project, 20,000 seats arena project for sport and other kind of events, which will be the biggest in Africa or Central Africa or Sub-Saharan Africa. I don't know. We are also working with them on social houses. They are building 1,000 social houses in this capital city, and we hope next year and for following years to have some kind of project throughout the country in different regions. They are also working on a telepheric, a new kind of transportation in the country. So we have a lot of projects that we are doing with them, thanks to their know-how and speed and quality of work. On Turkey, so far we don't export that much. So far it is very unbalanced. We are just starting. The only business I knew from Turkey, it was the people buying clothes in Turkey and selling clothes here, or sometimes selling furniture from Turkey. But now we are getting into another kind of business, export of services like building. But I know that things will change. Things are about to change, are changing. And, but we are a very open country. Those who have something to bring, they are all welcome. Turkish, Chinese, European, American, they're all welcome. The country is big, the challenges are huge, The needs are huge, so we are a very open country. The only thing we want, fairness, competitiveness, and friendship. Now what I can say is this project is the most competitive one in terms of cost and quality. It should become an example so that benchmark, a kind of benchmark at the national level, even at Africa level, that would be a big contribution to the economy of the country and the continent. That's what I can say.
As the year comes to a close, what's your outlook for 2024 for the DRC economy, which is heavily reliant on minerals?
No, we still expect to be around 6 and 8. We have been very resilient, one of the most resilient economy in Africa these last years. And we have good reason to think that the future can be even better, because we are still rely too much on minerals, which have a bright future, but we are also working on the diversification on other sectors, which will boost again the growth. So for me, I think we have all the reason to consider that the future will be bright.
As we near the tail end, what's your message to the global investor community? Is DRC open for business?
Yes, my hope is that with this project, people will understand that something is happening in DRC. And considering the huge potential that we represent in all the sectors, I think people will know that it's possible to do something in this country as big as this one, and it will attract other investors who are willing to come.
Finally, what is the latest between DRC and Zambia on an MOU to build lithium batteries?
Yes, they are still going on. They have several meetings between the two parties. They are trying to move forward. There are some issues to fix. I think they have identified a land which is crossing the borders, to set up an economic zone. And they are working, they are moving forward. But they all need private partners to push those projects. That's the key.
That's all we had for this week's edition of Focus On. From me and the team, it's bye-bye for now.